Who's the best referee of all time?
Mm. Well, I would say the Hebner brothers, both of them. I worked a match one time. We were in, I forgot where it was, Philadelphia somewhere, I think, maybe. Or it could have been, I don't know. But we was at this huge National Guard armory. And some guys were late getting there, and they told me, listen, you got to go out here and you got to stretch this match with Joel Deaton, who was he was under the hood. I forgot what his name was then. You got to go till we tell you to end it, which could have been over an hour. I said, what? Yeah, because those other guys aren't here and we're waiting for them to get here. I go out with this Joel Deaton, and he's a good worker. And we have decent match for 25, 30 minutes. But by this time, it's getting a little bit tiresome. Then one of the Hebners, it was Earl. I said, Earl, now we got to start having our match. What do you mean? I said, well, just listen to me. And so then me and Earl got into it. He was in my face and I was in his face. And so finally, when they said to go home, I said, well, I got to finish. I threw him outside and I told him to sunset flip me over the top. But I had the rope, right? And I'm hanging on. But he had already sunset, but I was hanging on. And I wouldn't break. And Earl stepped back, kicked my hands. 1, 2, 3. People popped. And it was a great finish for that type of match. Then me and Earl got into it again. I shoved him, and then he shoved me, and I took a bump, and then he pulled his shirt off. But now the people think they're going to get something, but I left. But those two guys, Earl and what was the other's name?
Dave.
Dave. They were, Dave just passed away,
Yeah.
not too long ago. Great, great referees. Ronnie West was another one. Ronnie West worked in Continental, and he worked in Mid-South. Who's the guy in Charlotte? Dave, not Dave.
It's not Tommy Young, because everyone.
Tommy Young, he was good. Jerry Calhoun in Memphis. He was a good referee. And those are the ones that come to mind, because nowadays referees are forgotten, which they shouldn't be. But I've noticed, and I don't know if they're doing it now, but WWE, up to several months ago, didn't give the names of the referee. He was just the referee. Do they do that now or no?
For years they made them just completely anonymous. But when I was watching wrestling in the late 90s, it was Tim White and Earl Hebner and Teddy Long and Mike Chioda and the blonde guy, I can't remember his name. They all had, and Tim White would do some, facing up with Cornette or whoever it was, or, throw some punches, and even did some promos. They gave everybody a personality, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not. Because you may want to get to a spot where you might want to involve one of those guys. You got to use what you got. I mean, you can't bring another guy in to do something, but if you make these guys characters before they're needed, that serves a purpose later on. Mm-hmm. But if Vince didn't want them known, it's up to him. So